Us, PIOS, and Peru, hopefully. So who is PIOS?
¿Quién es PIOS?
¿Quién es PIOS? So we started in 2016. PIOS was established in 2016. We are a young company, established by two brilliant engineers, Piri and Osman. That's why we emphasize on customer satisfaction, because in our business it's not just to sell product.
Right.
After sales service is always most important than anything else. It's easy to sell, but to keep up with your customers, to keep up with the demand of the market, it's not easy. After sales service is very important, because we care about our customers, we care about the clients, we care about their demands, their requests, their problems, because you're selling a machine. Selling a machine means you're gonna have problems. After use, you need some maintenance, you need some advice. But in PIOS, in our company, we only manufacture sewer vacuum and jetting trucks. We don't do anything else. No firefighting trucks, no garbage trucks, no nothing. Only sewer equipment. Because of our focus on only one type of truck-mounted equipment, we were able to improve our equipment and do it better and better each time until we reached a very satisfying point that made our customer have repeated business with us. Understand the idea? So this is, I'm gonna now show you an overview of what type of trucks we can manufacture. This is one of them. It's large with CD boom. This is called CD boom. I will talk about the parts later. This is just now to show you an overview about it, but we can support you in any way you want. If you want to buy the truck, send it to us. Let's say you bought it from Europe, or you bought it from China, you bought it from Korea.
Yeah.
You'll tell them to drop it at Turkey. We will do the mounting and send it ready to you, or you bought it from local market, or from, let's say you bought it from Brazil, from Argentina, from Chile, you bought it from nearby. It's not logical to send it to Turkey.
Yeah,
it's gonna cost you,
it needs to be here, so
and
I guess
it will cost you at least 20,000 or maybe 30,000 euros just to send the truck and get it back. So
at the
keep
time.
it here. We will come, mount it for you, test it, do all the training, and even do a demonstration for your customer. Give him training for operating. Tell him this is ready. So there are lots of types. There are lots of options you can add. But how can you choose the right equipment? You have this. How you are going to give your customer what he needs. There are several factors to consider. The first one, sewer type, and I will talk on each factor separately. The second factor, truck type. What kind of truck he's going to use? European style, American style, Korean style, Chinese. Material type, the material that this tank is built from. Is it carbon steel? Is it stainless steel? Optional add-ons. What kind of accessories does he want? What kind of parts he wants to add? Also the budget of the customer. How much money does he have? Is he going to spend like 50,000 euro, 100, 150, 500? It depends on how much money he has. In general, the heart and soul of the machine is the vacuum pump and the water pump. So sometimes when you look at the truck, you find the number here. Does anybody knows what does it mean?
So truck has
Yeah.
internationally has different style.
Yeah, different trucks has a different
Yes,
style. But in general, the first two numbers that you can find, it indicates how many tons
Capacity.
this truck can carry. The second number, it indicates how many horsepower that it can, the engine, how many horsepower it can produce. Why do I need to know the horsepower? When you're talking about water pump or vacuum pump, each pump requires certain amount of power to operate. In order for the pump to work, it requires certain amount of horsepower or kilowatt. For example, the small vacuum pump, it requires 13 horsepower only. But the big one, it requires 235 horsepower.
Yeah, but it's the truck, right? This is for the truck, or just for the pump?
This is to operate the pump. To operate the pump needs this amount of horsepower.
Okay.
That means the truck that I'm going to use,
Uh-huh.
it needs to be more. It needs to be, let's say, 300 horsepower in order for it to operate this big pump. So understand better, because this is very important part of choosing the right equipment for the right truck. Because most of the time, your customer says like, I have an old truck in my fleet, I want to renew it with a new equipment. But my truck has this amount of capacity and this amount of power, horsepower. So what kind of equipment can you recommend for me? So let's give a quick example of, let's talk about Ford Cargo for 3542. That means 35 tons, 420 horsepower. Now we need to know how big pump I can use in regard to the vacuum and regard to the water. So let's say I'm going to use this type of pump that requires 12 horsepower. I'm going to use this vacuum pump, 235 horsepower, and there is 50% loss of power. We add them also. The total is 400 horsepower. I need for the system to work, because most of the time the customer wants the water pump and the vacuum pump to operate at the same time. Operate at the same time means I'm gonna need horsepower that's gonna drive both of them at the same time. And because the total energy that comes from the engine, it doesn't go without loss. It's not 100%, like I'm getting from the engine 400, let's say I'm getting 100 horsepower from the engine. It doesn't come 100 immediately, it comes as 85, so there is 15% loss. That's why I'm adding this 15% to the both total vacuum pump and water pump. So I'm gonna need, for this system to work, I'm gonna need 400 horsepower. The truck already is 420, so I'm on the safe side. Because sometimes we can make a mistake. Like the truck is 400 horsepower, but I'm using bigger pumps. But the truck will not be able to give power for both of them. So this way I can calculate the type of, the volume of the tank I can use, and how big or small the water and vacuum pump. Preguntas?
No.
Everything is clear? So we were talking about the engine. The engine has the power, but how am I going to transfer the power from the engine to the water pump? This is the engine, and usually the water pumps is on the right, on the left. How am I going to transfer this power? we use something called power takeoff or PTOs. Their job is to take the power from the engine and give it to the pumps. The other type is the horizontal PTO. It's located in the middle of the axle of the truck. This is the main axle of the truck that goes from the engine here to the wheels. So we cut the axle in certain spot. We install the PTO. The PTO will be connected to the main axle, and from these two, one will provide power to the vacuum pump, the other will provide power to the water pump. So main power from engine to the axle to the PTO to the water pump and vacuum pump. If the car is automatic, you cannot cut the axle. You cannot touch the system at all. So in automatic cars, there is something called engine dependent power takeoff or engine dependent PTO. That means the truck from manufacturing side, it has the PTO pre-installed on the engine itself. This is the engine, and above it, the PTO. It's already there. Because you cannot touch the system, you cannot cut the axle, you cannot do anything. So the truck from the manufacturer itself, they have the PTO already installed. Sometimes it's called NMV PTO. Sometimes it's engine mounted PTO. But the idea is the PTO is it's taking the power directly from the engine. Let's talk about additional add-ons. That, as I said before, our industry is exactly tailor-made. You're going to the tailor,
Yes, sir.
and he will give you exactly as you want. Some companies, they don't do tailor-made. This is our standard equipment. If you like, take it. If you don't like, we don't care. They don't add extra stuff. They don't add extra properties, extra things that's gonna be needed for the customer. They don't care. This is what we have. Either take it or leave it. This is why we are important. As I said before, we are not very big company. We are average, but we deliver high quality product, exactly as the customer. We have time to spend with our customers to know exactly what they want. Other companies, like let's say big ones, and meat manufacturers in the US or in Italy, they're not gonna care that much. But we can go to the customer, ask him exactly what he wants, what he needs, and which operation he's gonna require it, so we can manufacture the equipment exactly as he wants. And the most important factor is the budget. How much the customer is willing to spend for this equipment. This is the most important factor of them all. He can tell you, I have 100,000 in my hand, give me something according to this budget. So, in PIOS, so far, we are presented in Palestine, in Iraq, Qatar, Yemen, Egypt, Kazakhstan, Russia, France, Romania, Serbia, Senegal, Mexico, Ecuador, Chile, and hopefully Peru. Do you think it's gonna be soon?
Yeah, I guess. Suppose.
So in general, why work with PIOS? what, as I was saying before, there are lots of manufacturing all over the world, not just locally in Turkey. But why work with us? What do we have that the others don't? Or what do we have that we do it better than the others? We have high quality equipment. Like, we're not saying that we are exactly as the Americans or we are exactly as the Europeans. No. We don't reach that point, but we reach near point, like 90% of the European quality or the American quality, which is for most customers more than enough. Some of them, they only work with Europeans and Americans, or especially Americans in this area. They don't, okay, these customers we're not going to care about. We're going to care about the customers that are open to change. They don't want to spend very high price for American machine, like pay 1 million euros for a machine from America, because I guess Super Sucker, you're selling it with maybe 800 or $900,000, something like this, if I'm not mistaken. Even more. Yeah, not everybody can afford it. There are some customers, high-end customers, they can, as any other aspects of life. Some people buy Ferrari, but not everybody can afford Ferrari. Some people want Kia, want Honda, want Toyota. So we are the Toyota in this equation. We are not cheap, but we are competitive. You are getting your money's worth. You are spending this much, you are getting your money's worth. The absolute customer satisfaction, it's easy to sell. Selling, sometimes it's not hard, it's easy, but to do the after sales is not easy, and not everybody does it. Many companies, they sell you and tell you adios.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care if you're happy, you don't care if the machine got broke down, you want spare parts, you want technical support, because technical support is very important. You are having a problem, you aren't able to solve it. You're gonna contact the company, which is us. No, I have a problem, please help me immediately. And I'm not gonna talk about it myself. You can ask the guys in Chile, and whenever they are calling me requesting for help, immediately respond with either give them instructions, or we open a video, like they're showing me we have this problem. I will immediately make a meeting with our engineers that these guys having problem, this is what you can recommend. We are dealing the fast, because we are the same. We are one company, you and me. Whatever problem you are having, I'm immediately able to help. In case you are not going to be able to fix your problem, our team can come here and help you fixing it. So it's not all the companies can provide this high-end customer service or after-sales service. High performance, our machines have long life of performance, as I was saying, the after-sales service and the warranty. Like, it can be 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, it depends on our initial agreement. Because in some tenders, they want you to give 2 years warranty. In general, we provide 12 months, 1 year, but sometimes it requires 2 or more. It depends on the kind of tender or the kind of deal that you have with your customer. And the last reason why you work with us is our qualified and professional team. In every way possible, we are here to help you and to provide you whatever problem you are having. We're going to be able to solve it for you. Gracias mucho for your time. This is the manual that I was talking to you about. We added to each equipment. It shows exactly the safety measures that can be used, what can you use, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, the personal protection, what you have to wear during
the job. Yes.
the prevention measures, tips, the do's and don'ts. If you are working with chemicals, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Everything regarding safety, we explain it in this document. And after the safety, we talk about this is the control panel on the side of the truck. This is the control, like opening and closing the rear door, operating the CD, the classic, the telescopic arm, extend and get it back, winding, unwinding of the hose. All operations of the machine, you can control it from the control panel. And we made it as symbols in order to make it internationally. Because sometimes we write it in English, the customer wants it in Spanish, so there's no need for translation. These internationally known symbols will be easier. This is in Chile. This is the kind of international service we can provide in PIOS. This is the equipment that went. This is PIOS 900.
Wow!
You guys went to Chile? The mother company. This is Ignacio. The left.
Which one is this? Which one?
They call it PIOS 900.
PIOS 900.
Yeah, this is, I mean, the Chilean guys, they called it like this, but in general, it's combination vacuum and jelly. Because at the end, the most important thing is there is no specific type. We can do exactly as you want. We can copy whatever you want. You want Aquatec? We can give you the same. You want Capeletta? We can do the same, but not the American type, because our type is different. As you know, the American Super Sucker and the other guys, the main manguera, the hose reel is in front. We don't put it in front. It's we have the European style. Regarding European style, we can copy whomever you want. Okay, you just send me the pictures. Guy, I want this. Okay, we'll copy it for you. We have no problem.
Any configuration.
Yes, any configuration you want. After we finished the equipment, we came to test the equipment with their customer. We went to a site and show him how this machine works. So, this is an automatic truck. This truck is automatic. It has an MVPTO here. This is called clutch system. The power comes from the main PTO of the truck. The clutch system using the belt. This operates the vacuum pump here, and this one operates the water pump. This is called the belt system, but some customers doesn't like belts. They want to use hydraulic system to operate the pump. We can also do it. Like for example, this is the PIOS 900. Now for the new machine that the guys in Chile want, they told me, no, I don't want belt system. I want hydraulic system. Sorry. This is, as you can see, comes from the PTO. The flash system is taking the power and using the belts to operate the pumps. And this is the nozzles.
If you press the pedal of the gas, the engine, it works more fast.
Yeah, yeah.
And you increase the oil.
And from the control panel
Yeah.
itself, there is a button to increase the RPM and decrease it. There is no need for somebody to be inside the truck to
Yeah,
push
we
the pedal.
Oh, yeah, you don't need to go to cabin.
Yeah. Like there is this
Mhm.
buttons, one to increase the RPM, one to decrease it.
There is some way to confirm pressure, for example, like a screen or something.
Yes, yes. There is a counter and there is this vacuum meters. You see this watches? It shows the pressure of the water pump, the pressure of the vacuum pump, the oil pump, the hydraulic system, and everything.
And what's the manufacturing time?
The
Manufacturing time.
I'm sorry, this one I forgot to mention it before. One of the main and most important reasons why to work with PIOS is delivery time. For American companies, European companies, to manufacture, it takes them, you put your order, you pay most of the time 100%, and you get your equipment after 2 years or 1.5 years.
The good news is
With PIOS, from 3 to 4 months. This is a huge difference.
just manufacturing.
Yeah, just manufacturing.
3 months.
Yeah, just from 3 to 4 months. This is
Más 60, o sea, 2 meses más, 5 meses. 5 meses. Que ya cumplió.
206 días.
No. 5, no sé, ojo.
3 to 4 months and maybe 50 days for transport
Yeah.
and 1 week for mounting. That's it. In 6 months, you can have fully working equipment. On the other hand, if you're gonna order it from the US or from Europe, takes a lot and lots of time. This is very important factor why working with us. So after that, we did the training for the equipment for everybody at the workshop. Like the engineers, the sales team, we showed them exactly how the machine is working, what you need to do for weekly and monthly and yearly maintenance, which parts of the machine you should grease on a regular basis, how to clean the water, the filters, everything. It was very detailed training for everybody. Large section of the tank internally. That's why this water is coming out.
Clean itself.
Yeah. So afterwards, they made launching, product launching in Chilean market. They invited everybody, made a presentation, gifts, something like this.
Try to start it, bro.
Okay.
Wow.
So let me show you also some models that we did through the years. So you have a better understanding of what stuff we manufacture regarding designs, how they look like.
Like using workers.
See, this is two tanks, sludge in the middle and water side on the side right and left. And here is the cabin for the system, the vacuum pump and the water pump, because they are very big. It's above the chassis. The system is above the chassis. It's also stainless steel. This one is carbon steel for the main tank, for the sludge, and stainless steel for the water. This is what like it's not gonna be so much expensive that as everything is stainless steel, and at the same time you will have this. You will have stainless steel for water and carbon steel for sludge. This is PIOS 400 that we sent to Chile. They also, having the pumps above the chassis, it makes it easier to install. Why? If it's under the chassis, we send the dismounted equipment, the water pump alone, the vacuum pump alone, the PTO alone. So they install, they cut the axle, put the PTO, attach, like it's gonna require more work. But here, the system is ready. You just put it over the chassis, attach the PTO to the system. If it's NMV PTO, the car is, the chassis is automatic, and it's going to work. So it's easier. Let's say this will take 2 days to mount, the other one will take 7 days or 10 days. It's easier for the end user to mount the equipment. This is PIOS 900 before adding the telescopic.
Do you have experience working at height above sea level? Like in Peru, there are many areas that are, for example, 2,000 meters above sea level or 3,000, same as Chile. Do this equipment have experience working in these areas?
That's not a problem because height doesn't affect how the system works. So it's not a problem. This is another add-on you can do. This is called volumetric pump. It sucks from one side and discharges from the other. There is a, let's say there is a flood inside the basement, and you don't want to put the water that you are sucking to the tank. You just want to evacuate it from the affected area. So you attach sucking hose here and discharge hose. It will go to the main sewer, let's say. So you take it from one side and empty it to the other. This is also an add-on. And this is hose rear hose reel for the suction system. It's also another type. The Italians, for example, they like this type for the hose reel to be on the back. This is mini type for small chassis. Music is nice, huh? Eso es todo. That's all. Any
That's all, folks.
preguntas?
That's all, folks.
And that's all, folks. Any preguntas? ¿Tienes preguntas? ¿Está bien? Okay. You have my number. You just, if you want to, just scan the WhatsApp. It will immediately pop up my WhatsApp. You can ask me anything you want. Ask me in Spanish. I will also reply in Spanish. It's no problem. Anything you want, any question you might have, 24/7. I'm always here.
Thank you.
More welcome.